Good morning. Well, so far we've infilled all the little triangles above the dormer with a nice bit of oak. So that's one complete piece now. It's all ready to be clad. We haven't got to add anything else onto that. We also trimmed the rest of the hangmen, so that's ready to take the cedar boards whenever they decide to turn up. So now we're going to work through some of the stuff Axminster have sent us. One of the main things we want to try get up and running is they sent us a big router table, which is going to come in handy for when we've got to start doing all the little finishing bits on the roof and the trims for the dormers. So we want to get that set up, make sure we know how to use it. And Nick is the man for that because God, do I hate following instructions. New shiny router table. This is going to take my existing router and make it into a table. And yes, we've got the spindle molder, but having the availability to do two things at the same time is going to make things so much easier. Actually, I didn't even order this stuff. This is all stuff they just sent me as part of the UJK range. So it's exciting to even see what's in the boxes. There's a lot more to come. So the roof has just been, and he was hoping he could start today, but we still haven't had the cedar. It's actually arriving Thursday now, so we're a little bit delayed. But he's walked around the roof and he's given us loads of little jobs that we need to get in place so that we can just board it nice. Some are little infill jobs, and we've just got to check everything's level.
Doing the scout.
But it's kind of getting to that annoying point now where all we're waiting on is the cedar. We can't do any more little bits on the roof. We've done as much prep for them as we can without them making a start, and then we can do other things like fit the dormer. But it's just annoying to be like waiting around when we've got so much to do. Oh, that's better. Light. Yeah. So there is one detail I've been really trying to work out over the last few days, and that is windows, like actual windows, which has been a particularly hard subject on these specific dormers because there's a weight issue on these dormers. Because all the force is going downwards down the roof, whereas all the other dormers are actually sat on top of a wall, so the weight issue, how much, you know, the glazing and everything weighs, isn't really an issue. But these, because they're mounted differently, the weight is an issue. All the weight is going down the roof, so it's effectively pushing the window down the roof because we've got no physical stop there. Even though it's all screwed in and glued back, there's still a little bit of worry about weight. So we've been back and forth wondering, like, should we make them single glazed, which would save on weight, but then to make them single glazed we'd have to have more oak to take all the little pieces, and I think overall it's going to be about the same weight as double glazing. And with double glazing we're thinking, well, we could put a solid piece of glazing in there which would weigh a lot, but we could save on the weight by making a simpler frame and not breaking up the window. Because the windows throughout the whole of the chateau were broken up into these squares, very classic style, especially for single glazing. And even though if you look at the old pictures, all the squares aren't really the same because different windows have been replaced at different times. Obviously we're going to even that out so they're all broken up the same amount, but we're wondering with the turret ones if we can save on a little bit of weight and just put a solid pane of glass in there. Maybe that's the way to go. And at a later date we could always break it up by adding the oak banding as like a fake broken up thing, which a lot of the windows are going to be in that style anyway. So we can always add that later, but I'm thinking that's a way we could get the windows in like really quick. All we've got to do is make a basic frame with a little bit, alright, there's stuff involved in making the frame and getting the seals and everything in, but it's a lot simpler version, and that's something we could be making in the background, and as soon as the turret is ready and slated and coppered, boom, we can get these windows straight in, and that's the whole thing watertight, rather than having to have some naff like temporary windows or perspex up there, you know. It's a way we could get them in quick. It's a way we could save on weight. I'm just dying to get this thing done now. I want the slates on there, I want windows in, I want this whole thing done, I want to see it up there. And we've managed to source a load of stuff for the top, which I'll tell you about in the next vlog. It's looking like, even though we didn't think it was possible, we can recreate the top of the turret almost exactly how it was before with all the copper railings and everything. Well, look, I'll show you tomorrow, but it's exciting and it's going to give it that extra just... See you tomorrow.